Hey, we are Jay and Dre, and this is our pup Guapo. A few years ago, we purchased our Airstream travel trailer and set out to live a more intentional life. We always wanted to live off the land and homestead our very own property, but we never thought it would happen so quickly. We just bought a property. We recently purchased 20 beautiful acres of raw land in the forest with big dreams of turning it into our own slice of paradise. But it's pretty obvious we have no clue what we're doing. Since neither of us have any experience with building or growing our own food, we invite you to join our community where we can all learn together.
All right, so what's up guys? Today we are finally going to start installing our wood stove. We're definitely behind schedule. I think today is like the last day in the mid 50s, and then we're down in the low 40s and 30s at night. So it's definitely time to get a stove into the Airstream. We've been using our little buddy propane heater, which has been working fine, although it's just another added fuel cost. So our friends Jake and Amber were nice enough to loan us one of their older wood stoves since they just upgraded to a mini cubic Grizzly, which is really badass. I think we're definitely gonna look into getting one of those soon. But the downside of this stove is it is stainless steel. It's more designed for like tent camping and hunting and stuff like that. But they've used it before in their A-frame cabin this past winter. And I guess their biggest complaint was the fact that it is stainless steel, so it does not retain heat. You do have to get up and keep fueling it throughout the night. But I was lucky enough to salvage a huge stone slab countertop. I was doing some construction work on the side and the homeowner wanted to get rid of it, so I took it. As I was bringing it home through the bumpy roads in the forest, it actually broke off a piece of that slab and it's turned it into like the perfect hearth, I guess you could call it, stone slab. And I figure I have so much of it that I'm gonna break off another piece and create a backsplash, or use the piece that broke off as a backsplash and then break off a floor piece to act as a hearth. And that will retain heat, will also help us stay safe in the Airstream and not catch anything on fire, because that would suck. So I'm thinking with the 3-inch stovepipe and the 4-inch, I may be able to create a sort of double-walled stovepipe, because we want to keep that exhaust, the flue, nice and hot, so we have a nice draft going up. Come on, bud. Good boy. That's not what I was going for, dude. Kinda what I was going for. Still wide enough to carry. Kinda. Oh. 25.5. So you can see where I have the backsplash up against the Airstream. I mean, this thing already has scratches and whatnot. It's got plenty of character already, but I'm gonna get another piece of stone to put here to block the wheel well and the electrical outlet. I'm gonna slide this underneath here to prevent any sliding or movement. So we got the generator running, definitely needed to charge the battery. So it does come with its own piping, but it is designed to go straight up out of a tent since this is a little camp hunting stove. But we're gonna make do with what we got. So I figured out you can actually detach the wing window. You can take it off completely, and then it has about 6 or 7 inches of space for you to run piping through. And the stove piping is only 3 inches in diameter. If we can successfully create like a double wall stovepipe with the 4-inch over the 3, that would be awesome. It'd be safer, but we'll see. Super thankful that Jake and Amber are letting us borrow it. It's gonna help tremendously. I'm already excited just to see it in the trailer. All right, so it's the morning after the big windstorm. Last night was pretty gnarly. The trailer was rocking pretty hard. We had some big gusts. I mean, at least 30, 40 miles per hour easily. All of my firewood has been blown over. I'm not surprised. I actually expected that to happen. All of the unsplit logs got blown over because there's nothing blocking them. But then all the split wood that I had a tarp over, the tarp obviously caught the wind like a sail and knocked that over. So at least I still have firewood. No complaints there. The two trees that are closest to the Airstream are still standing. Even though one of them's leaning, I'm sure that it's just grown up with the wind blowing that direction. That's why it's leaning. But it's good to know that it has solid roots. Because even if it did come down, at least it's falling away from our trailer. But I do feel confident that we're in a really good spot with our Airstream right now, and also why I moved the truck over here. So the only things next to it are these little saplings. Not even concerned about those. And we got some downed trees. Got a couple trees down. Wow, look at that. Broke off right in the middle of the tree, and it looks like that tree fell down on two other trees. Jeez, at least the big one's still standing. That would have been a lot of work to remove from the road, but this sucks, man. Was not expecting to do this today. I really wanted to focus my energy on getting our wood stove set up. Holy shit. Well, I guess if that's the worst thing that happened last night, I guess I really have nothing to complain about, because it could have been way worse. We could have been dealing with dozens of fallen trees. It's definitely in the 30s. Little puddles of water are frozen. I can feel it in my fingertips. And that's why I was really hoping to just focus on getting the stove mocked up today. Today we're gonna run the piping, and I've already created a list of things that I need to get from Home Depot or Amazon, whatever I decide to do. But I guess I can't go anywhere with trees blocking the road. So great. All right, so that didn't go as planned. Trying to clean up the rest of this huge log by cutting it in half and moving it. It wasn't as stable as I thought it was, because as soon as I started cutting it, I felt the chainsaw get lodged into the tree, and it just started coming towards me. So I had to get out of the way, and the chainsaw was stuck in the log, and it fell right onto it and snapped the handle. And after cleaning up the entire road, now we have another tree blocking the road again. So here we are. My day is not going as planned. I'm already an hour into this job, and I should be working on the wood stove right now. All right, so I'm gonna go grab my handsaw and start cutting some of these branches so I can at least move the log out of the road in case we need to leave, but God, I can't even lift it. I think it's impaled into the mud, which isn't helping. I guess we'll be able to try to drive through best we can. All right, bud, let's go back. Come on, go. Come on. Oh, yeah. Good morning, guys. Winter is officially here. I think this can be considered our first freeze. Everything has a nice layer of frost on it. It dropped down to like the high 20s last night. I'm excited to get the wood stove going. We're really behind on it, obviously. We should have had it already installed and tested by now, but here we are. Andrea is off today, so I'm gonna get packed up and head into town, run some errands, take a shower. I think I'm gonna leave sooner than later. I don't even have any coffee to warm me up, but yeah, yesterday after getting some of the hail and the previous night with the windstorm, it's been interesting to say the least. Yesterday morning didn't start out so good with the downed trees and having the tree almost fall on me and in turn breaking the chainsaw handle. So we're going into town today, replacing the handle, getting that repaired, running a few errands, do some laundry, and get some materials from our list to finish up the wood stove install. Pretty excited for that. I still need to run the stove piping and somehow stabilize it on the outside of the trailer. So that's gonna be the next challenge. What's up, bud? What's up, bud? Going for a ride? Yeah. Yeah, all the leaves are falling off. There's still a couple apples left too. I don't know if you can tell in this GoPro video, but there's literally a cedar tree growing intertwined with the apple tree. What a trip. Much better. Just got done with the shower. Andrea's not too far behind me. We're both headed to the bank real quick. She lost her ATM card, so we got to pull some cash out for her. She has to get ready for a class this evening that is for her work, for her job. The class doesn't end till 9, so we're gonna be in the city a little late. Not super excited about that, but it's a beautiful day today. It's in the mid-30s, sun's out, and the sky's clear, so let's get this shit done. This is our last stop. We're at Winco. We're gonna get some food shopping done and we're gonna head home. It's 10:18 right now. Definitely the latest we've been in the city. Really excited to get home and relax. Not too excited to come home to a freezing cold trailer, but that's just how it is. We're really excited to get our first fire going in the trailer, and I'm hoping by tomorrow night we can do that. We can at least get a fire going, test it out, make sure it's not leaking any gas or fumes, and just make sure we're safe and warm. Dashboard says it's 26 degrees. Don't know how accurate that is. It is a really unique experience, you know, being able to say we drive home through the forest, get to our little Airstream trailer. And I would say that it's not for the faint of heart. If you're afraid of the dark or afraid of the woods, animals, wildlife, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. It took some getting used to for sure. But it is unique. Every time I drive home at night, it's weird. It can be a little creepy. It's gonna feel good to get home. Just gotta warm up this trailer. That's my biggest concern right now. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. It'll be a good day. We're gonna get that wood stove put in and do our first burn. So keep you guys up to date.